Hey everyone, welcome back. Today is another video of the whole July series. As you know, I am posting one video every single day until the end of July. So the last day will be July 31st. And I have a lot of topics ready for you, but if there's anything that you have been thinking about, you would like me to answer, please drop your question in the comments below and I'll do my best to address that. Today we're talking about strength training and getting back to strength training after having a long-ish break. So if you're recovering from metabolic damage or hypothalamic amenorrhea and now you're ready to start moving again, your cycles are back and you're feeling better, you have much more energy, then by all means you can do it. And it's really important to know how to do it. One follower asked me the question, okay, I want to start strength training. What do you think about going to failure? Should I go to failure every time I exercise? And I thought this is such a good question because it's very, very important to know how to train right. And I'm going to go into more detail in a second, but I just want to tell you first that going to failure is probably not a good idea for many reasons. What you want to do instead is actually do most of your reps in a way that the last 2 reps are hard, but they're not breaking your form, which actually brings me to the first point. It's important to maintain good form. Before you pick up heavy weights and start weight training again, I would actually like you to do body weight training for at least a couple of weeks. If you want to do body weight only program, then you can check out my Simple Strength for Women program, which is body weight only and is exactly designed for those women who have had HA in the past and want to get back to exercise. If you're ready for something a little bit more, if you're ready to pick up heavier weights, then you can absolutely do it. But even then, I would like you to do some body weight training before that, and let's say about a couple of weeks to get your body ready, to get your body moving again, because it depends on the person, but some of us haven't exercised in 6 months. It can be anywhere from like 2 months till, I don't know, a lot of time, right? When you haven't done anything. So in order to keep our bodies healthy and not shock them too much, we want to ease into it. And then after this period of body weight training, you are ready to probably pick up some weights. And next I'm going to give you a couple of tips on how to do it safely and how to do it in a way that really serves you. What I don't want you to do is to go to a high intensity class or bootcamp class that are like 60 minutes long and you just do a lot of different things, right? You have some medicine ball toss and then you just pick up some dumbbells and do some squats and then you do some sit-ups and stuff like that. It's fun, it's cool, it does burn calories, but it's not probably for you because you just recovered. You're not supposed to do a 60-minute intense workout. And I'd actually really like you to start focusing on real muscle building, which is what bootcamp workouts don't necessarily do. Don't get me wrong, I think they're fun. I'm even teaching bootcamp workouts, but I do think that you will get much more out of the traditional strength training if you are doing it right. And if your goal is to gain more muscle, maybe achieve a little bit more athletic look, then I really recommend that you start with strength training. Okay, so coming back to going to failure, why should you not do that? There are a couple of reasons. The first reason is your form. If your last rep is so heavy that you're not able to complete your rep, that also means that your form is going to break down. And as you know, the form is the most important thing. So you can imagine, let's say that you're doing the bench press. When you're lying on the bench and you're gonna push the weight up, and this is your last rep and you're exhausted and your form is going to break down. Your shoulder's gonna move and you lose your core engagement. You forget to squeeze your butt, you forget to push your feet through the floor. You can't do any of that because you start just twisting and turning your body in order to just really push the bar up and then you fail. So form is the first thing. It's probably going to break your form, and this is the number one reason why I don't recommend going to failure all the time, or almost never, to be honest. The second reason why going to failure is not a good idea is that it causes more muscle damage than not going to failure. And muscle damage, don't get me wrong, it's not a bad thing. Every time you do any form of strength training, you are going to cause some muscle damage. When the muscle repairs, it grows back stronger and bigger. So there has to be some damage first, but it shouldn't be all the time and it shouldn't be a lot of it. So now if we push ourselves so hard that we go to failure every single time, It's going to cause a lot of muscle damage. It's going to slow down your recovery, which is, of course, we know that we don't want that. Let me be honest with you. Even the Simple Strength for Women program that is body weight only, what I hear from women is that when they first do the couple first workouts, they are sore. And now can you imagine that you start working with such heavy weights that your form always goes to failure? How sore are you going to be then? So we have to keep that in mind, that our recovery is very, very important. So please don't push yourself to failure. And one more reason why I don't want you to go to failure every single time, or go there actually very rarely, is that it's a lot of stress on your central nervous system, or your CNS. And we don't want that. It's not that we don't want to stress it at all. We do. We want to put a little bit of stress on it so that it can adapt. And again, we can get stronger and better. But if we tax it too much, then it's not going to be good for it. It's going to be actually counterproductive to what we want to do. So please be careful with that. How should you exercise then? Well, you should have a really good, solid workout program that is designed for you. Your reps and your sets should vary. So you should not be doing the exact same exercises, the exact same reps, and the exact number of sets every single time for the next 6 months or something like that. It's just not going to work the best way. Yes, you will be healthy and you will feel fine probably, but you will not maximizing your workouts. What you want to do instead is to have a program where the numbers are varied. So let's say that first 3 or 4 weeks you're going to be 12 to 20 reps, and then for the next phase, the next 3 or 4 weeks, we're going to change the weights. We're going to go a little bit heavier, but we're going to do less reps. And then there's going to be another phase. Let's talk about just like a typical 12-week program. We're going to go up with reps again and maybe take a little bit lighter weights. So it should cycle like that. It shouldn't be always the same if you really want to put on maximum amount of muscle and really get the most gains out of your workout program. If you are currently still struggling with overtraining, please make sure that you have my free overtraining recovery guide. And if you're not sure if you're ready to start exercising again, or what kind of exercise you should do, please go ahead and join the 5-day video course. It's called the Burnout Recovery Spectrum. It will tell you exactly where you are on the spectrum and what kind of exercise you should be doing or not doing. If you're ready to get started with strength training, then like I said, start with body weight. Give yourself a couple of weeks, at least 2, 3, maybe even 4 weeks to get really used to movement again. And then after that, you can introduce some weights. Make sure that your training cycle is varied, that the numbers vary. You're not always doing the same 10 reps and everything. And this is how you really maximize your muscle building potential and can get this little bit leaner, a little bit more athletic look. Of course, always how you feel. This is the most important thing. So even if you are following a workout plan, then please don't ignore your body's signs. If your body tells you I'm tired today, then you're not going to work out. This is it from me today. I hope this will help you to get started with strength training. And if you have any other questions you would like me to answer, then please drop them in the comments, and I'll see you again tomorrow.